Phoebe Cates and Brooke Shields were both considered angelic-faced sex symbols of their time, but they had key differences in their careers, public images, and the way they were perceived in Hollywood. Physical appearance and beauty appeal. Phoebe Cates had a soft, doll-like beauty with delicate facial features, expressive eyes, and an effortless charm. She embodied a girl next door meets dream girl aesthetic, approachable yet mesmerizing. Brooke Shields had a more statuesque, model-like appearance with striking eyebrows, high cheekbones, and a regal presence. She was often described as a mix of elegance and sensuality, more high fashion than casual. Type of sex symbol status. Phoebe Cates became famous for her natural and playful sensuality, best exemplified in her unforgettable red bikini scene. In Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 1982, her sex appeal was not overtly forced but rather effortless, making her a fantasy crush for many. Brooke Shields was sexualized at a much younger age and became a controversial beauty icon. Her roles in Pretty Baby, 1978, and The Blue Lagoon, 1980, blurred the line between innocence and sensuality, sparking discussions about Hollywood's treatment of young actresses. Career path and movie choices. Phoebe Cates starred in movies that were fun, romantic, and slightly risque, such as Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Paradise, 1982, and Gremlins, 1984. She was never involved in extremely controversial films, which helped maintain her image as a dream girl rather than a scandalous figure. Brooke Shields took on bold and sometimes controversial roles, playing highly sexualized characters, while still a minor. After her early provocative films, she later transitioned into more mainstream romantic and comedic roles in the 90s. Public image and controversy. Phoebe Cates maintained a relatively low profile and controversy-free career. Even though she did some racy scenes early on, her sex symbol status was more about allure than shock value. Brooke Shields was at the center of Hollywood controversy, with discussions about exploitation and whether she was too young for the roles she played. She was a highly discussed figure in both the entertainment and fashion industries. Personality and public persona. Phoebe Cates, known for her down-to-earth and private nature. She never chased fame aggressively and eventually left Hollywood for a quieter life with her husband, Kevin Kline. Brooke Shields. Always in the spotlight, she embraced her celebrity status and remained active in Hollywood. She even attended Princeton University, showing a strong intellectual side alongside her acting career. Career longevity and legacy. Phoebe Cates retired from acting in the 1990s, which added to her mystique. Her absence from Hollywood has made her an even more nostalgic and elusive icon. Brooke Shields continued acting, writing books, and being an advocate for women's health, particularly discussing postpartum depression. She remains an active and influential figure in media. Love life. Phoebe Cates, a quiet, drama-free love life, finding lifelong love early with Kevin Kline and staying out of the public eye. Brooke Shields, a high-profile and sometimes turbulent romantic history, with a failed marriage before settling into a happy, lasting relationship. Both women ultimately found true love, but their journeys were very different. Phoebe's was a private fairy tale, while Brooke's was a Hollywood love story with ups and downs. Children. Phoebe Cates and Kevin Kline have 2 children, and both have pursued careers in the arts. Owen Kline, born 1991, an actor and filmmaker. He played Frank Berkman in The Squid and The Whale, 2005, and later transitioned into directing. Greta Kline, born 1994, a musician known as Frankie Cosmos, an indie singer-songwriter with a cult following in the music industry. Brooke. Shields and Chris Henchy have 2 daughters, both of whom have occasionally been in the public eye. Rowan Frances Henchy, born 2003. She has shown interest in acting and made red carpet appearances with her mother. She also performed at her high school graduation, which Brooke proudly shared. Greer Hammond Henchy, born 2006. Known for her striking resemblance to her mother, Greer has done some modeling and is growing into a Hollywood beauty. Final verdict. What sets them apart? Phoebe Cates was the ultimate 80s teen crush, sensual, effortlessly beautiful, and mysterious due to her early retirement. Brooke Shields was a fashion and beauty icon, with a more dramatic, controversial rise to fame and a long-lasting Hollywood presence. Both had angelic faces and undeniable sex appeal, but Phoebe Cates was the fantasy girl next door, while Brooke Shields was the high fashion goddess with a touch of controversy.